Hello, Paul. First, I have to tell you that I'm really, really honored to talk to you today. So,
Oh, thank you.
you seem to have a really, really busy life. Maybe you can give us some inside look into your week schedule. You seem to be at every Raw, SmackDown, NXT, pay-per-view events, and also in the headquarters in Stamford. Then you post midnight workouts in New York City, I think. And do you have any free time? And how busy can we imagine your week schedule?
Yeah, I have free time today, and I'm spending it talking on the phone with you.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's a busy lifestyle, but you know, it's funny because I don't necessarily look at it that way. Yes, it's busy. Yes, it's a lot of work. Yes, it's demanding. But when you're doing what you love to do, when you're kind of in an environment that you love to be in, and you're working towards something that you're really passionate about, it certainly makes it a lot easier, and it doesn't really seem like work. You know, there was a funny moment. I put it out in a tweet a couple of weeks ago where I flew in the course of a few days from Sunday to like Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I flew 21,000 miles, and the circumference of the Earth is 25,000 miles. It was a busy week. Spent a lot of time on a plane working, and but it's just what we do, you know. It's an exciting time, and that yes, it's busy, but busy in a good way, and it's a good problem to have, you know.
We just talked earlier about your passion for the WWE and the business. So Vince McMahon gave all his life to the WWE. Let's talk about maybe 10 or 20 years from now. Do you think that Stephanie and you will do this forever, like Vince?
You know, I think for Vince, it's his passion, it's his life. I don't think he can. Yeah, it's just what he does. It's who he is as a human being and as a person. For Steph, this has been her family business and her life, and a passion as well. And same thing for me. You know, I long career, and now am deeply into this. And you know, Vince will do this, my opinion, until he can no longer do it anymore. I'm sure he has said that publicly. He will do it until he can't. And I think we feel the same way. We have a strong passion for this, and for us to take his vision is very important for us. To take his vision, to take what he has done unbelievably well, to take that vision and that creation and take it beyond where it is and beyond where it will be, to bring this, the brand, the company, the business of all of it, like he did, to have a vision beyond what it is today to what it can be and where it can go. And I think that the WWE, as a form of entertainment, as a company, as a media juggernaut, as a content creator, all of that is really just scratching the surface of where we can be in the future. And I look forward to that future. And hopefully that when Vince is no longer here, Steph and I can do that justice and take it into the future where it needs to be, and hopefully future generations beyond that will take it beyond where we could imagine it being. So the clearing of Daniel Bryan was a long time in process. It's been in the last few days that it's been out and been announced, but that is something that Daniel, without WWE, had been working on for a long period of time, kind of on his own, and going about his desire to return. We knew of it. We knew what he was doing. At the end of the day, we take the advice of the best medical people out there. You know, when those medical people came to us and said Daniel Bryan should no longer compete, it is their opinion that he should no longer compete. That is that is what we went with. And, you know, in some ways, it broke our heart to have to tell Daniel that, and broke his heart. And like he said, it was his dream, and he would not quit on his dream, and he fought for it. And you know, whether or not that fight would have been in vain, none of us knew. But over time, he began to show us results that were totally different to the medical professionals, and it got to a point where he could return to action. You know, and the medical professionals, and even beyond, additional medical professionals that had said he should no longer compete, were now saying it would be okay for him to compete. So that is what we go with, and he is cleared to return to the ring. We will absolutely keep an eye on him. You know, as I said the other day, it is our first and foremost responsibility is to the health and well-being of our talent when they're on the roster with us. So we want them to be as healthy as possible, and for all of them. You know, it's different than any other sport. There's no backup any of them, even if you just want to look at it from a business standpoint. But long beyond the business, there's the human being aspect of it. So that is extremely important to us, and we will always try to do what is best for their health, their well-being long term. And this situation is no different. Personally, I'm ecstatic for Daniel, knowing him as a human being, you know, all of it, to see him have this opportunity again, to see the passion at which he does this, and to know what this means to him, it's incredible. Yeah, you know, any pay-per-view or promotional, you know, event of that caliber, they're all difficult to put on, and they're all challenging. When you talk about WrestleMania and a week-long series of events that is difficult to coordinate in the U.S., it becomes, you know, that difficulty level becomes multiplied exponentially, having it internationally. That being said, we're definitely looking into possibilities of a lot of things. And I think that, you know, one thing we've shown, I think over the years, never say never. I know that fans are hungry for it. I know that fans are excited for it if it does happen, and it's something that we think about and are you know, trying to figure out logistically how things would work, whether that's a regular, you know, one of our standard pay-per-views, whether that's one of the big four, or whether that's a WrestleMania, or whether that's something totally new. I think we're open to all of it, and like we always say, you never say never in the WWE. So we're open to all options, and without sounding cliched and throwing out catchphrases, if it's best for business, then we would certainly be open to doing it.